Hello, welcome back. We are once again playing Champions Online, taking a look at the stories that the game is telling us, and currently we are in Canada somewhere. The game isn't specific where, or at least it hasn't been so far, but we are at the Steelhead base, which is a bit worse for wear, because currently the place is surrounded by a huge storm. And what we are doing is helping Justicia here and a chap called Ravenspeaker, who's over here. That's his astral projection. Protect Steelhead, and right now I need to fly to a crashed plane and see if there are any survivors, which, spoilers, there are, which is quite impressive. Don't need to show you or you. Ooh, free from debris. Yes, let's take that quest as well. I don't know why the animation played here rather than here. But never mind. Also, the game isn't terribly clear on whether people are under the debris or the debris is under the people. If I were strong enough, as in if my character had a high enough strength score, more than 10, I'd be able to pick up this debris. But as I do not, I have to shoot it with lightning instead. Which, I don't know, I mean, it's debris, isn't it? Like, it's aircraft debris. So, it's presumably at least partially conductive. Like, I don't know how conductive aluminium is. I think it is to a degree, because the way that you refine it is with electricity, I think. So, quite how I'm accomplishing not zapping the people under the debris, I don't know. Perhaps my control of electricity is just so incredible that I don't need to worry about it. I'm not clear on whether they are living or dead. Just because they are here but not standing. So he's fine, Todd. But Earlene and Augustine, they apparently are not fine. And they're certainly going to continue to not be fine, particularly Augustine, because she is in a tank top in the snow. And Augustine and Earlene, that's the one. Augustine is in a t-shirt. Earlene is in a tank top, it looks like. Just chilling, it would seem. What's this? Demetrius. He's got a bit more on, isn't he? Lucky for him. Stay warm out there. I lost an arm and a leg to hypothermia. Keep that in mind during your adventures. This is no ordinary storm, and you'll feel this cold all the way to the depths of your soul. I just saw those crash survivors head into Steelhead. Thank you so much. Right, yeah. I played a bit more of the game yesterday on another character, and had already slipped back into the habit of just skipping straight past all dialogue options, which is not what I'm supposed to be doing here. Alright, it's just repeating this again. So, you are a welcome addition to Force Station Steelhead. I'm Jester, leader of the Super Team Star Force. Yeah, we've already read that last time. It was a brave thing you did, rescuing those passengers. They have been through quite an ordeal today, but thanks to you, I'm sure they will be fine in no time. Not sure that's true. Some of those ice demons out there have this ability to encase people in ice, putting them into some sort of suspended animation. Take this hypothermic laser. Hypothermic would mean cold laser. Hyper would be like hypo is like down, bad, and hyper is active, up, positive. So a hypothermic laser implies a cold laser? Is it just a laser I'm supposed to use on ice? Or is it a laser that works through cold? Use the laser on them to quickly and safely thaw them out. You can find them on the hills to the east and of the Eastern Oceanica crash site. Okay. Shepherd's Cry. A Flight 408 passenger that was captured by some ice demons managed to escape and make a phone call for help. We need you to go rescue him. His name is J.J. Shepherd, and his last known location was in a small valley close to some woods near Steelhead. Just head east when you reach the Steelhead gates. That's not too far from here. Okay, and now the Lost references start. I've not actually watched Lost myself, but there are some things that give me clues, like the names of the characters who we are about to save. These ice demons have been hampering our rescue efforts here, and I'm worried that crash survivors won't survive if we don't step things up. Think you can give me a hand? I'd like for you to defeat a few ice demons and take away the strange charms they carry. Ravenspeaker believes the fetishes the ice demons carry increase their mystical power. You can find the infernal creatures over by the crash site. Yeah. Oh, we're done over here. We want to go this way. Listen, you've got to find my friends. Our plane went down, and now we're lost. Don't hurt me. Wait a minute. You don't look like one of those ice demon creatures. Be careful out there. There is danger and mystery around every corner. Lost in the snow. Listen, as soon as our plane went down, those creepy ice demons showed up and started taking hostages. They hauled away my friends, but I managed to escape. Can you save them? Technical issues. I've seen some of them around the crash site to the east of the Steelhead gates. Yeah, sure. Solgarat trickery fetishes. Now, the name of the object is in plural, so are they carrying more than one? I have no idea. It's kind of fun that the zombies in the game don't have heads sometimes. Well, I say fun. Practically every time you see zombies and skeletons in games, they have heads when they may not necessarily need them. I mean, in this case it makes sense because they're magically animated rather than biologically. But I suppose it does make sense in games where the zombies are biological in origin, that they would retain their heads. I'm done, I don't need any more. But we should pick them up anyway, because they've dropped. Now, the next person we need to rescue is this guy. Passenger John. Now, as I've said before, I haven't watched Lost, so I don't know who this is a reference to. Never lost faith I would be rescued, but I assume that he's a reference to someone. I think it might actually be possible for me to just damage the ice down. But I can just use this laser. Waldo. I found him! He's not dressed properly, but I have found him. Who will we find in this one? German. Is that his name? Is he German? Oops. Pull the supervillain. Stop that. Ouch. Ah, that's a more normal name. Joseph. Jacques. Okay, we've rescued a Jacques as well. This is kind of depressing to find, isn't it? Oh, we're quite close to the next rescue person as well. Rescue target. I can't actually rescue any more because the device that I was using to... Well, I mean, maybe I could damage that down, but the device I was using to quickly open the ice crystals is used up now. Oh, interesting. It looks like attacking this... Oh no, yes it does. I thought it didn't return any energy. Looks like it does. Which is good. What's your name? Derek. Managed to break Derek out of the ice. So next is, I think, Hurley. No, Furley. Well. Thanks, Super Dude. That was like totally awesome. That's about as chunky as you can. Oh shit, where's he gone? About as chunky as you can make a character in the game, I think. Maybe a bit more. I mean, you could probably manage to make a character that's a bit bigger, but that's almost. We're almost there with Furley. Now the last, Kathy, who is up here. There we go. I can't believe there are still people who are willing to help out a stranger. It just goes to show that you never can tell about some people. Okay. I assume that her dialogue, well, I assume that all of their dialogue is some kind of reference to the characters from the show. But it's not, I don't think it's something you could easily look up, and I don't have the knowledge. You have our gratitude for saving all those unfortunate crash passengers. There's no doubt they would have died out there if you had not saved them. If you had not have saved them when you did. You saved them all, and not a moment too soon. All done? That's great. How did it work? I love cool gadgets like that. Maybe I should get one added to my cybernetic limbs. Yeah. Could do, I guess. Thank you for collecting those fetishes. I'll see that they get to Ravenspeaker. I'm sure he knows some spell to dispel any malevolent mystical power they possess. And now we need to go and beat someone up. These ice demons did not appear by accident. They are organized, and we think we know who is giving the orders. The creature responsible is a powerful ice demon by the name of Zul'Garat. Or Tolzorgat. Of course, Tolzorgat is not ultimately responsible for the storm, but I bet he's a servant of whoever or whatever is. The necklace will allow you to enter the infernal creature's lair. Confront Tolzorgat. Just realised I've been saying that wrong this whole time. I thought it was Zul'Garat. Zol. But no. And I am confident he will lead us to whatever foul force is behind this devastating blizzard. Ravenspeaker says that you must confront Tolzorgat in his place of power, which by astonishing coincidence is just to the east of here, around some ice spires. I'll put it on your GPS. Once you have visited Tolzorgat, pay Ravenspeaker a visit. Once you have defeated Tolzorgat, pay Ravenspeaker a visit. He's Steelhead's resident mystic. He's using his magic to hold back the storm, and he will want to know of your success. Yeah. It's interesting that there's supposed to be floors. Like, floors in a building in here. like, this is not terribly wide. You could probably just about manage to get a staircase in there. Alright, I know where we're going. There's a bunch of these dudes up here, and usually I would go around killing them all, or well, taking them all out, because they're good XP, but it just seems like extraneous at this point. This is probably some kind of like ice dimension rather than an actual physical cave, because, well, for one thing, we've got a portal entrance here and we came in through a frozen bonfire of some kind. But also, like, the whole place is icy. There's no rock. Anyway, onwards. I wonder whether this has any info. Seen primarily in Canada, these frigid fiends have risen recently as the result of the corrupting influence of the demon gods Tillinkut and Kigatilik. This boreal brute is a mighty melee fighter. Okay. Doesn't really tell us much about them. You can play, as I've mentioned, I think before, as an ice character with ice powers, which makes it very interesting to defeat these guys with their own power. Like, apparently if you're an ice character and you beat these dudes up, you're just better at ice than them. It's a bit tricky staying out of melee range inside of a tunnel like this. How come I managed to pull another group over there? Weird. We're nearly done, I think. There's the Tulsa chap. I wonder what information we can get from him. Oh, it's exactly the same. Even though he's a named character supervillain. The subarctic savage attacks with a wintry blast of razor-sharp ice shards. Okay, so it's just a slightly different bit of text. I imagine his will be talking about pummeling people, being boreal and pummeling people, and his will be exactly the same as Tulsagat's. Oh, I've just realised. Not wearing any gear, that's why this is difficult. Well, I mean, for not wearing any gear at all, I'm doing pretty well. But, yeah, that's awkward. Hopefully I'll manage against Tulsagat. He is a supervillain after all, and so far I've only fought villains. Or no, I've fought one supervillain, haven't I? So what's he? So these are villains, they've got 2 health bars. The 3 health bar ones are supervillains, and then he is a... oh, he's a supervillain as well. I wonder what the name for... just an ordinary 3 bar guy is then. Oh well. Open Tolzagat's chest. As opposed to the one he's carrying around atop his legs, evidently. And then no quick exit inside the boss room. We have to fly back through the tunnels. So once I have landed, I'm going to change character quickly and futz around moving gear from one of my other characters, Millennium Princess, who is themed somewhat on Wonder Woman, but with slightly different colours. Hideout. Personal bank. Full of stuff. Put the extra good premium gear that grows with you as you level and boosts your XP into the bank. Change character for technical issues. Go to hideout, which I can thankfully do, even though this is technically a closed area. Take gear, put it into equip boxes. And there we go. Now I'm ready to play. I can't believe I forgot. They call me Raven Speaker. To my enemies I am both a trickster and a liar, but to you I will be a friend. With my elemental magic I watch over this land, but your assistance is certainly most welcome. Good job, technical issues, but I fear your greatest challenge has just begun, and we have very little time because this storm seems to be growing worse.
Than the human eye can see. The mystic plane has become unbalanced and corrupted.
Thanks. Tolzagat held the scroll that allows you to access the portal of the Frost Tomb. There are forces of evil inside that portal, the same ones...
of the north, lend me your strength and help me keep this storm at bay.
Stop talking over me. One's responsible for this storm. I believe only you have the strength to go into this portal and stop this threat. Fortunately, with this scroll, you now have the means. Really, I am more powerful than you are. Well, I suppose he is stopping the storm from just completely engulfing Steelhead Station.
A great evil has awakened in these lands.
But I don't know that I am more powerful than Justicia, for example, who isn't doing anything. Let's see if I can... No, I can't zoom out further, and I can't move any further away from him, or I won't be able to accept
This
the...
corruption threatens to extend beyond these northern lands.
Hey, Mimo.
Soon, all humanity will be in danger.
Glad to see you here. You're the only one, I think. Yes, I accepted your friend request in the game. If you feel like joining me and partying up today, you're welcome. Although, do bear in mind, I will be playing slowly because...
This storm is the result of magic. Dark, demonic magic.
I thank you. I'm not quite sure what hosted means, but it's presumably a helpful thing.
How much longer I can contain this supernatural tempest?
Would he continue to speak lines if I weren't here, do you suppose? This scroll contains orders from Dr. Destroyer to his servant Rakshasa, commanding him to go into a dimension known as the Frost Tomb and awaken the sleeping...
the evil of the demon god Gigatilic behind this storm.
Awaken the sleeping demon god Gigatilic. The scroll also contains a spell to access the portal into the Frost Tomb. Now, Rakshasa is obviously a character in this, but it's a word from Indian mythology.
Great spirits of the north, there are innocent lives in danger here. Help me keep them safe.
Which is a kind of cat demon, I think. Oh, right, I see. And I don't have Star Trek Online. The kind of sci-fi games that attract me are...
We must confront this great evil, or untold lives will be lost.
things like Sins of a Solar Empire. Oh, I see. Thank you. I thought that was what raiding was, but I guess they're two different things. Well, I mean, I can talk through.
This is no ordinary storm. There is a great evil behind this savage blizzard.
Yeah, okay. I must remain here and use my powers to keep the storm at bay, so it falls to you to go into this portal into the Frost Tomb dimension.
Great evil has awakened in these lands.
An attempt to stop Rakshasa from waking Kigatilic. At the very least, defeat Destroyer's treacherous servant, Rakshasa. Inside this portal, the temperature will be barely survivable. Use this special thermal vest to keep yourself warm and safe from extreme cold. Okay. I think...
This is no ordinary storm. There is a great evil behind this savage blizzard.
What vest? I didn't get anything else. Did I? I don't think I did. You used to get an object that you had to put on, but I don't know whether they've done away with that or not.
Heed me, great
Oh, no.
spirits of the north. There are innocent lives in danger here. Help
There we
me
go.
keep-
Oh, I see. Fair enough. Yeah, I can spend a little while talking about how to get started in the game. Initially, it's free to play. Now, initially, you will have access to archetype character types, which is there's a very limited selection of powers that you have to choose from. This character is freeform, which means when I am choosing powers when I level up, I can choose from any of these. So each tab contains several types of power. And currently I'm using electricity. You can buy freeform slots on your account, but one at a time, and oops, ouch, that hurt. You have to buy them with premium currency. You can subscribe, I think. I haven't heard of Freedom Force before. It might not have much to do with... Yeah. They use the same premium currency, Zen, so if you've got some left over and you particularly want to play a freeform character, I'm sure you'll be able to work out how to, but really I'm not the person to talk to about how to build characters. There's a flying bear. Called Lug. And he's friendly. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. No. Oh, okay. Well, I'm a lifetime sub to this game, so I get Zen free every month as well, so fair enough. Yeah, I'm not really the person to talk to about building characters. There's a very, very helpful Discord channel that you can ask for help from. They'll link you to builds for the game. Not to say that just winging it isn't viable. Like, I've certainly gotten to level 40 with characters that I've just made up as I went. And managed okay. Oh, here we go.
Slept in the frost too, for too long, King. Wake up and bring cataclysm to this land.
He is enjoying himself a bit too much. He is Dr. Destroyer's spy master and right-hand man. You might think that that ought to be in the past tense, since Dr. Destroyer died in the Battle of Detroit. However, Rakshasa knows better than to believe that. Destroyer plays a deep game, and Rakshasa is holding his peace, keeping Destroyer's organizations in top shape, and waiting for the day a Destroyer returns. Of course, if potentially potential opportunities to further Dr. Destroyer's goals pop up, Rakshasa is in a position to pursue them. Gigaton will take direction from him. Between the two of them, they are still quite a force to be reckoned with. Now, this is the first time I've actually looked at his portrait, and he does look like he could kind of be Indian if you squint. He certainly doesn't sound it, but during that cutscene we just saw, he did not look terribly dark-skinned. But I guess he's probably... I mean, as the duly elected judge of what's culturally acceptable, I'll call this probably okay. Go away, Mindworm. No one likes you. Oh, there's a thing that I neglected to pick up. There we go. And that's the Canada...
It is a remote and lonely place. This frigid, frozen Canadian north. A long slumbering malevolence is now awake, and his corruption can be felt across the land. The demon god, Kikatilik. Just one threat among so many others. Aliens and insurgents, monsters and madmen. The twisted experiments of Viper's Project Awakening. The depraved science of the mad geneticist Telios. The malignant magic of the life-siphoning necromancer, Necrol. So many enemies, so few allies. They call me Justiciar. I'm working with the brave armored Mounties of Canada's Steelhead Division, but we have more challenges than we can handle. And we're going to need your help.
My character model's not displaying. That's fine, because I'm over here, not over by the jet. Yeah, that's awkward. Yeah, I've read that already. After the storm. Thanks to your help, we've weathered the storm. Technical issues. More work remains. Seek Justiciar and Steelhead. Now, I think what I'm going to do next is actually go do the southern desert area, because that's basically almost the same thing. Like, it's an enclosed section of the full map. Like, now, I could fly about anywhere here. There are some, like, level 20 and probably 30 level enemies around, so it probably wouldn't be a very good idea, because I'm only level 17. But, yes, this is the Steelhead station, fully repaired and functional. And it was previously, like, enclosed off. And more or less the same thing. Oh, that's new. I wonder why it's only occasionally displaying the glow. Anyway, and more or less the same thing is happening in the desert, only it's thematically different. I'm happy to see you again, technical issues. I knew it would take more than Rakshasa to take you down. I'm not clear on what happened to Rakshasa. We defeated him, but he still managed to release Kigatilik, or at least wake Kigatilik, to spread his evil influence across the area. And maybe he shows up much later in the prison that's in the desert that I haven't played before. But certainly if you are just running around wandering through trying to get to level 40 rather than doing all quests, if you just focus on getting levels, you don't see Rakshasa again that I can remember. You showed great bravery today, facing one of Destroyer's most powerful servants, and soundly defeating him. Unfortunately, Rakshasa succeeded in waking the great demon god Kigatilik. There is no doubt we will have to contend with Kigatilik's powerful evil and the threat he poses to this land, but that is a fight for another day. Yeah. Okay, so I won't pick up all the quests that are available here, and there are a few, because we are going to go to the desert next and fight some radiation mutants. Oh, I can just travel straight there. That's handy.
Hang it all, my troops were just getting this area under control. That's when we got hit by the unexpected. A radiation shield went up without warning, surrounding all of Project Greenskin and its perimeter. And then them blasted irradiates attacked. Mutants that were created after the Army's nuclear tests in the 50s. I've been out here in the desert for a long time, and I've never seen anything like this. Those crazy irradiates have plans to blow Project Greenskin off the map. They're under the delusion that radiation will purify this land. I got a sneaky suspicion somebody put the mutants up to this attack. I sent a squad into that radiation bolt to investigate. And now some of my best soldiers are MIA. My name is Robert Kaufman. I'm director of this here Project Greenskin base. I oversee some of Primus's bravest troops, but we ain't got the ammunition or the manpower to take on an irradiate army. This is a job for a hero, and I'm gonna need your help.
Well, my character model was in the correct place for that cutscene. Jolly good. Let's find out what he has to tell us. Welcome to Project Greenskin, what's left of it anyway. The Irradiates have overrun the facility, and our forces have been pushed back to a single foothold. We have sandbags and a limited force protecting the entrance. The elevator just over my shoulder. Head inside. Wait, he will show us. Yes. Here is Robert Kaufman. I don't know much about military ribbons. I'm trying to... There we go. But I don't think that these are real. Technical issues. You've arrived just in time. I'm Director Robert Kaufman, in charge of Project Greenskin. I was assigned to bring down Grond. Instead, I've got my hands full dealing with radioactive mutants. The radioactive force shield they put up has effectively cut us off from the world. We need your help. Technical issues. Well, applying technical issues to their radioactive force shield will certainly cause it to have problems. Grond, I think I've mentioned before, is basically this world's Hulk, but like the dangerous, destructive version of the Hulk. Glad you can make it. Technical issues. We're in a lot of trouble. Rounding up rads and assault on Greenskin. Back in the 1950s, the Army did all sorts of nuclear testing here. The fallout from those tests is what created the irradiates. Collect the uranium rockets and irradiates. The irradiates are planting around Project Greenskin. You can see their destructive capabilities by taking a look at the Grond statue, or what remains of it. Here. Remember, those rockets are live. You'll find the uranium-strapped irradiates all around the inside of Greenskin. Those cursed irradiates are gaining the upper hand, and we simply aren't equipped to deal with them. Can you help? Technical issues. We need to take out some of these irradiate hostiles. With their numbers decreased, we may be able to get Project Greenskin back under our control. Yep, that's fine too. Yeah, so I never used to play this area very much, mainly because of their radiation toss ability that he's using there. Because I'm not a huge fan of the teleport, or really the tunneling power, travel powers, and I prefer flying. But flying leaves you vulnerable to attack from, wow, all of these dudes who are slinging radiation of some kind all around. it before he decides he wants to attack me. Oh no, maybe I will. No, I'm not gonna. See, this is just gonna go off. Oh no. Yeah, no, there we go. As I thought. Grumbling. Mysterious creatures from the unexplored depths of the earth. Why or how they've gotten so close to the surface is unknown, but unsettling. So wait, I thought that Grond was a radiation mutant, not a mole man. It's weird. Apparently, instead of just straight up killing you in this universe, radiation mutates you and sends you insane. Because one of these guys that I just took down was a Primus Spec Ops dude who had been turned to the irradiate cause, I guess. That's another reason I don't like the irradiates. Atomic reanimators can reanimate their allies. I don't know why they're attacking one another. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that is pretty destroyed. Although, how they managed to get up to it to plant uranium bombs on it, I don't know. It's amazing how my character is capable of diffusing bombs as well as concocting anti-mutation cures. She is a being of many talents. Although, to be fair, I suppose that's the sort of thing you would expect to see characters, heroic characters do in the 80s. In film or in comics. They're just all Renaissance heroes. Use the radiation bomb, shall we? That seems like a good idea. These radiation weapons don't have very much yield, do they? Guess that's a good thing, really. Excellent work, Technical Issues. I'm impressed. That was a very brave thing you did, facing those uranium-strapped irradiates. Well, not really. I appear to be immune to radiation, and they weren't really doing very much to me. Excellent work. All those irradiates you managed to take down will make it much easier for us to get Project Greenskin back under our control. To the lab! We haven't heard a word from our scientists down in the lab. I'm worried that the irradiates made their way in and are holding them hostage, or worse. The lab is where we house all of our radiation project serum. Radiation protection serum, oh right. Please go down into the lab and make sure all the scientists and serums are safe. While you're down there, find Dr. Hauser. He should have some helpful information about our current situation out here. Why? You just said they were cut off. Yes, these are glowing green irradiated skeletons, which are one of the crafting nodes in the game. Where is it I'm supposed to... Is it here? Do I need to go here? Yes. There we are. I'm glad that popped out of the depths of my memory, or I would have been flying around for ages trying to find the right door. Stop reanimating. Let's take out the reanimator first, and hopefully he won't be able to do himself. By which I mean res himself. I don't really want to consider whether or not they're capable of doing themselves in any other way. Awful lot of bloom around that door. I wonder what the game will tell us about crazed irradiates. Oh, exactly the same. Mysterious creatures from the unexplored depths of the earth. So apparently after the 50s, and after these guys were created by nuke experiments, they went underground. Some kind of hollow earth, which does make a certain amount of sense for an 80s comic book universe. One of the most irritating things is there's an exit right here, which means I could have just come in through here to the floor and the room that the guy I need to speak to is in. Although I guess I probably did need to clear the base or the facility or whatever of dudes. That certainly would seem to be a helpful thing. I hope to become temporarily resistant to a particle and toxic effects. Okay, that's not really that helpful. He's just fine back here. No enemies surrounding him. Apparently he was just hiding somehow. Thank goodness you came to help us. Technical issues. With all the irradiates that stormed in, we haven't been able to get word to anyone. We need to let everyone know that we are all in grave danger. We have run out of radiation protection serum. Please get word to Director Kaufman that we need to get more before we all get radiation sickness. Please hurry. Okie dokie. Level of these guys, 15. They weren't dealing very much damage there, were they? Yeah. Okay. I've heard that before. I'm glad to hear that all the scientists made it out of there alive. I seriously had my doubts, but you pulled through. Thanks for your... What? We are out of serum? This is not good. Not good at all. We need to find more serum right away, or we can kiss our butts goodbye. I knew our serum supplies were low, but our regular supply convoy was bringing more. Unfortunately, the transport trucks were destroyed en route. Head north to the Burning Sands and find Colonel Vanderbilt. He's out there on the front lines with Major Gertz. He recently sent word that he found the destroyed transports. Recover as much serum as you can. I think I will take a moment or two to level up my character. Powers. What's the next power I want? Reverberation, maybe? Probably short on. Let's try Lightning Arc. Well, but I might need the energy unlock. Yeah, let's do that. Makes some advantages. The heal. I don't appear to have received any mail. But it might just take a little while to get through. And I think that I mean, I've played Neverwinter. I haven't for a few years, but I have played it before, and I think that there were some post issues between just my accounts or my characters in Neverwinter. So maybe it's just a problem on my end. Boundless reserves. Here we are. And specialization. We have become slightly stronger. Well, it might work with other people, it might work if you tried it again, but it is not currently, I'm afraid. Although, having said that, it might just be a case of it will get to me next time I log in, because that sometimes happens as well in Champions Online. Like, there are regular there are email or game messages that you get because you've talked to a character and it's opened up a quest or some more information, but the actual message that they send to you doesn't get to you until the next time you log in. I'm glad you're here. I'm Colonel Vanderbilt. My job is to secure the burning sands. I'll do whatever it takes. We've got to deactivate that radioactive shield. Kaufman sent you, did he? It's about time. We're not going to last much longer without your help and that serum. Good, tough. That's kind of a tough one. The dude that you're asked to kill is, or take down, is quite powerful, although I am now 3 levels above the recommended level, so hopefully I'll be okay. We were tracking some irradiates when we saw what remained of the serum transport trucks. We scouted out the locations of all 6 of the trucks before being attacked by a massive horde. At that point, retreat was our only option. We could not retrieve the serum, but I'm confident that you will succeed where we have failed. It's becoming a reasonable assumption. An abnormally large irradiate by the name of Ferd is leading the attack on Project Greenskin. He is incredibly strong, technical issues. You shouldn't try to take him down without a few friends to back you up. Defeating Ferd might just turn the tide of this battle. Yeah, I'm not too worried about Ferd. My powers don't really lend themselves to single pulls, so I might accidentally spread my attack, my pull, to just everyone nearby, but hopefully I'll be able to manage. Actually, finding Ferd might be a little tricky because he does tend to travel around. Project Greenskin's statue of Grond was destroyed during the irradiate attack. It looks like some of the irradiates managed to carry the head out to the middle of the burning sands. Recover what you can of the statue and return it to Director of Project Greenskin, Robert Kaufman. Okay. Pick up this part of the horn. I don't know why a character with an invisible inventory can't just pick up the whole head, but okay. Oh, there's Ferd. That was easy. No, he's still got exactly the same information about him that the rest of the irradiates and grundlings have, so checking him for info is not very helpful. Oh, there's Ferd again. Respawn. That's awkward. Yeah, see, deranged Primus mutant. No, that's no help either. But yeah, it does indicate that radiation in this universe doesn't just kill you with necrosis. It sends you insane and mutates you. Great work. With Ferd defeated, the irradiates are disorganized. We might just be able to get this irradiate attack under control soon, and it's all thanks to you. You've saved us all. This serum will enable us to survive long enough to take back control of Project Greenskin. I will have one of my soldiers return the serum you found to Kaufman. Again, you have our thanks, technical issues. Doomsday Clock. Brother Almagordo was a good man in a former life, but he's absorbed so much radiation he has turned into something else entirely. He and his followers started worshipping the old nuke in the middle of burning sands like it was some kind of god. We would let him be if it wasn't for the fact that the nuke is alive and he is the only one with the sequencing codes needed to deactivate it. We need to deactivate it before it kills us all. Between his bomb worship survives. What? Between his bomb worship survives, Almagordo retires. That must be sermons, not survives. Almagordo retires to an old storage vault northeast of here. You're going to have to face Almagordo and defeat him to get a hold of that sequencing code. Don't waste any time, technical issues. It's imperative you deactivate that nuke. Yep. I'll do that. I think Almagordo was supposed to have been a priest. Like maybe the base chaplain or something. But he's somehow managed to absorb all the radiation and go insane. even sections of the walls are glowing green. What a fun place to hang out. Yeah, I mean, if only he had absorbed all of the radiation, then we wouldn't really be in this mess. We are very much on the opposite end of what does radiation do to you that Chernobyl is on the other end of. This is kind of an uneven floor. I don't know that I'd be that happy driving around a forklift on it. Also, weren't there slopes in the previous tunnel? How did the forklift... Oh no, there weren't. There was... Oh yes, there were. How did the forklifts and the tractor thingy even get up here? They handle flat floors. Like, the clearance of this vehicle would not be capable of getting up these slopes. They would just beach themselves. Your joke is neither great nor terrible. I rate it 3.6. Speaking of jokes stolen from Twitter, the Orion's Belt formation. As a formation, as a constellation, I rate it 3 stars. It's a huge waste of space. Oh, here we go. Cutscene.
My name is Brother Alamogordo, and I'm here to tell you the word of the atom. My friends, you must open your mind and soul to radiation and mutation. If a human will not accept radiation and mutation, sometimes they must be dealt with severely.
You can see his heart through his ribcage. And his guts. And I don't think that his heart is in the right place. Like, it's over here, not here. Like, well, I mean, the fact that he's preaching that radiation and mutation should be accepted by all proves that his heart's not in the right place, but I'm talking literally, not figuratively. It also looks like he's got like a Cthulhu or Davy Jones face tentacle thing going on. Not to mention the bones of his forearms showing through. Because they're glowing, apparently. Yeah, his heart's definitely not correctly located.
This hero was a heretic and must be punished.
On the back of the notebook paper with the key code on it, you found a note addressed to Almagordo. The note reads, Almagordo, I'm heading into the radiation vault to put the plan into motion. When you see the radiation shield go up, send your forces to the Primus base to destroy the humans within. Destroy them all. Use your holy bomb, for its power is great. I'll be waiting for you in the vault. Remember, if you fail, nothing will save you from my master's wrath. Destroyers will be done. Gigaton. Now, Gigaton was mentioned earlier when we read about Rakshasa. It said that Gigaton follows Rakshasa's orders, so maybe I got the order of this incorrect. Maybe I should have come here first, then gone to Canada. But because as it stands, the character technically has knowledge that she shouldn't yet, I think. Like, this would be the first place that we got introduced to Gigaton, not wait a minute. There are no energy conduits. So did they dig out huge sections of the ceiling or the walls or something, put in the lights and the energy conduits, and then recover all of it so that it looked like natural rock again? I mean, like, there are energy conduits here. Okay. I think this is the giant bomb we're supposed to... Yeah, there we are. There's a tracking. And it's glowing. That's handy. Oh, do fuck off. What kind of aircraft was supposed to have carried this huge, monstrous thing? Excellent work, Technical Issues. Thanks to you, we're finally getting this desert disaster under control. You recognize Gigaton's name from the note on the back of the key code paper. He's one of Dr. Destroyer's chief lieutenants, and it's now clear he is responsible for this disaster in the desert. Gigaton's powers are radiation-based, and it seems he is somehow using his own nuclear superpowers to power the shield surrounding Project Greenskin. If Gigaton is indeed within the radiation vault, you must confront and defeat him in order to bring this calamity to a close. Colonel Vanderbilt has an experimental rad shield that you will probably need as you get closer to Gigaton. Take it and use it. I don't know about that. Yeah, we'll find out when we get there, I suppose. Success inside the radiation vault means the conclusion of the desert disaster. Once the radiation vault is completed, you will be unable to complete or turn in any missions that take place during the disaster. Oh, so I should go and hand in the Grand Horn piece. If you have unfinished missions you wish to complete or turn in, it is recommended that you do so before entering the radiation vault. Okay. Let's go talk to... what's his name? Kaufman. Thank you, Technical Issues, for bringing me a large chunk of stone. Assuming we're able to stop the irradiate attack, we'd like to rebuild Project Greenskin, and that statue is a sobering reminder of our goal here, to stop the monster known as Grond, and prevent the radiation in this desert from causing any more terrible mutations. Oh, he's got some information. One of the highest-ranking Primus agents in the desert. Director of Project Greenskin. That's not very much information. Almost not worth it. Oh, if you enter here and walk through this, it gives you a wash-off. Like, it doesn't actually give you the kind of full wash-off that you would really need if you had just been in huge amounts of radiation, but I suppose it's nice that it's there as a nod. Yep, I'm cool. So, you found some evidence of Goetz in the old vault, eh? That vault has to be teeming with radioactivity. Watch yourself in there, Technical Issues. Gallant Major Goetz and his courageous crew. Major Goetz and his men were pursuing Ferd and Brother Almagordo when they found irradiates were carrying nukes out of the old radiation vault. Major Goetz's bag is on the ground, and so he cannot be far. Explore the vault and find Major Goetz. Oh yeah, if you don't have any anti-radiation devices, you should be able to find one in Goetz's backpack. Okay. I don't know how much I need it. I think it just... oh, a rock. I don't know why these are objects in the game. Like, everything else that you pick up is gear or like a action figure for some reason, but there are different rarities of rock. So there's white, green, blue, yellow, and I think orange rocks as well. Maybe you get a reward if you get a lot of them, or if you get one of each rarity. I'm not clear. I know that people sell them on the auction house. Is this Goetz? No. Private Sanchez. What info has he got for us? No, just information about Primus. Okay. Oops. It's okay, he's fine. Even though I exploded a barrel of toxic waste right next to him, he's fine. He's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. I don't think I'll need the radiation shield until the last room, so I guess we'll see when we get there whether I actually need it completely or not. Corporal Behan? Fine. Oop, yep, that's doing me damage. The level of radiation is increasing rapidly and will be difficult for even you, technical issues, to survive. Use the anti-rad device that you were given. It will increase your resistance 100%, allowing you to withstand the radiation, at least temporarily. I might be able to withstand it anyway? And how are these guys fine? Ah yes, Destroids. Evidence that Dr. Destroyer is here, doing evil. Oh well, at least, maybe not in person, but he is here. Now, can I close this rift? No. Now, in somewhere like this, where there's like metal plates lining the floor, I could believe that this could actually get around, although I don't know that it could manage the gradients, or at least the points where the gradient level off. But in the previous cave, which was just bare rock floor that was very, very bumpy, I don't think that I could buy those shipping objects were really doing very much. Ah, here's the gun. You don't have to go far. Now, oddly enough, despite being radiation powered and having presumably absorbed a lot of radiation, he is not mutated himself. Let's see what the information has for us about him. Gigaton never believed that Dr. Destroyer died in the Battle of Detroit. Dr. Destroyer was just too powerful and too brilliant to be caught, and they never did find a body. So Gigaton and has continued holding down the fort and running security in all the years Destroyer has been gone. Which I think Destroyer attacked Detroit in the 70s in this universe. So like 40 or 50 years ago. Rakshasa has been the brains and Gigaton has been the brawn of the operation. They're keeping Dr. Destroyer's legacy going, waiting for the day Dr. Destroyer comes back. Recently, though, Gigaton has seemed to be a bit more active. He's been seen in the desert, not far from the area in which there has been nuclear testing going on. Something seems to be going on, but he's not saying anything about it. Let's see if I can find out when Destroyer attacked Detroit. Using the power of the internet and cool technology. city. Oh, 1992, so not that long ago by the standards of the game. So the game came out in 2009, which would have been more than 10 years after the city, after Detroit was destroyed, but not as long as I thought. Perhaps I'm confusing the game's lore with the computer game's lore with the RPG's lore, because Champions Online is based on a pen and paper superhero RPG.
The radiation in this cave is making me powerful. Perhaps even more powerful than Dr. Destroyer predicted.
Oh, I have to beat him first, alright. Oh, there we go, he's fine. Off you go. Stop that.
Imbecile! Destroyer has many servants, but there is none more powerful than Gigaton! Are you mutating yet? Blast you, hero! Blast of radiation and you will be! Not after I bring down this cave and bury you under 100 tons of radioactive rubble!
So, is he dead now? Because there were portals that the Destroyers were using to get in. But is he being teleported out? Some Destroyers just came running in, presumably to get at me? Or maybe to rescue him. Who knows? What on earth could be back there that's shining a huge light through the cave wall? Never mind. Let's get out. Apparently we're under a time limit. Defeated all of them. Oh well. This military vault will be buried finally for good. Gigaton's destruction indicates the end of the crisis for Greenskin. Technical issues. Dig your way out. Project Greenskin will come back stronger for your valiant efforts. If you would prefer to return to a desert still under the siege of Gigaton, leave through the vault door. You will have to defeat Gigaton again if you choose that path. I'm done with the desert disaster.
They used to call this place White Sands before the Army's nuclear tests. Before radiation and radioactivity turned it into a wasteland suitable only for mutants and monsters. Now it's known as Burning Sands. Uranium Flats. The creature known as Grand roams here, angry and unstoppable among rampaging monstrosities and doomed spirits. This is Project Greenskin, a Primus base devoted to containing the threat and cleaning up the radioactive mess left over from the recent irradiated uprising. They won't be able to do it alone. There's trouble brewing to the east. Viper has moved into Sidewinder Spur. The Snake Gulch amusement park is shut down under mysterious circumstances. And riots have broken out at Stronghold, the highest security supervillain prison in the entire world. My name is Witchcraft. I'm a member of the Champions, and I'm going to need your help.
How on earth did I get out through this solid, huge chunk of sandstone? Technical issues. We thought you didn't make it. We were just starting to dig out the vault to try and rescue you. Director Robert Kaufman has some new missions for you. Find him at the entrance of Project Greenskin. Not leaving me much time to recover, although, to be fair, I don't need very much. Ooh, he's got a cybernetic eye. Now, I'm not sure where to go for next. Should I stay here? Go back to Millennium City? Go back to Canada? I think this is Stronghold, and Snake Gulch will probably be this part. But I don't remember a section that looked like this when she was giving us the tour. Well, I mean, I'm high enough level now that I could go back. Why is this metal? I thought that was the piece that I rescued. Did they encase it in brass or bronze or something, or gold? And then stick it to the new statue, which appears to be one solid piece of stone that somebody was presumably employed to carve? I mean, I suppose it might be concrete. Anyway, yes, I think now I'm high enough level to continue with the missions in Millennium City, so I will return there. Do I speak to... what's his face? Sir Hoff? I think I might need to. No, not him. Do I speak to Julie Morgan for some reason? No. Is there a Socrates node that I should go and speak to? this? Okay, that takes you to the desert. Oops. And presumably this takes you to... Oh, this is part of the quest line for here. Okay. Technical issues. This city is being overrun by crime and corruption. West Side just being a small part of the problem. Corporal Antoine Harrison is needing some help right now. He's located on a corner northwest of Ren Center. Please go talk to him and see if he could use your help. Okay. Imported from Canada is also a mission here. Surely you are aware of Viper's Project Stein experimentations in the southwestern desert and their Project Awakening program in northwestern Canada. Not currently, but I assume I will find out when I do those zones. In fact, my files indicate you even played a role in stopping some of Viper's most heinous plans. Really? Now I know I'm doing this out of order. Yeah, I think this is showing that I probably should go do Canada and the desert before I continue here. So okay, let's go to Canada. Although she was telling us to go to the desert, so maybe I should do that first. I mean, I haven't spent that much time in the desert. I guess this will be an experience. Hello, technical issues. I have gotten reports of some incidents going on in the desert. There is an amusement park called Snake Gulch in the desert that seems to be going a little out of control these days. I would like for you to go and talk to Tyrell Donaldson and see if he can use your help. Head northeast as you leave Project Greenskin and look for the billboards and parking lot. Okay. Let's just beat up these destroids. Mechanical murderers designed by Dr. Destroyer. Standard shock troops. Destroyer's expendable front line for his war on superheroes. Okay, I assume that they're part of an event that I'm just not being told to deal with. They're not dropping anything, it seems. So I guess I should be given a quest at some point to take them out. But yeah, it's just about 10, so I'm going to return to the Southwest Desert, which I assume is Arizona or something, or that area. Pick up the quest that Kaufman had for me, and then I will log off for the evening and stop the stream. We finally got Project Greenskin back under control, but now we need to deal with the rest of the irradiates. You need to go find Forward Observer Hooper on the front lines. He'll tell you what they need help with out there. You will find Forward Observer Hooper stationed north of here, under the stone arch. Okay. And that's 10 o'clock, so I shall leave. Thank you, those who have watched, and I hope you will join me next time.